Hey, this is Mark, and today I've got a Samsung S10 charging port. So, um, back in the day, all of the Samsung charging ports were soldered onto the board. Back in the S2 and S3 days, and then they started putting them on flex cables, and it became a lot easier to deal with, damaged charging ports. And then in the S6, they made it a little more difficult in the way that they routed the back button and the capacitive buttons that are on each side of the home button. And now with the S10, we've come full circle, and we again have a charging port soldered on the board. And in typical Samsung fashion, they've decided to just up the challenge level even more. So now we can't even see the pins. It's kind of the entire port is kind of encased in a metal housing. Um, so it's a little more difficult, but nothing we can't deal with. So this is the first one of these that I have ever done. So we'll see how this goes. All right, that was fairly easy. And I'm running my hot air right now at the temperature I normally use on the high temperature lead free alloys that are typically used in phones. But that came off really easy. So I'm wondering if maybe they're using a lower temperature alloy on these. That might be how they're doing it. But I am going to wick all of the existing solder off and tin everything with leaded before I put the new port on. Ugh, these holes, pain in the ass. Alright, that should do it. Alright, that looks good for getting those pads prepped. Just going to do a little bit of flux on the pins themselves and just the points that are going to make contact, because obviously I'm not going to be able to clean the flux away, so I need to try and use just the right amount. So it looks like the only real way I have to make sure things are lined up are these screw holes. So, all I can really check is that it looks like this is sitting level. So I've got about the same gap there as I do there. So, the port's definitely flat on the board. And then my alignment seems to be not absolutely perfect, but nearly perfect. This side is just a hair off. I don't think that's likely to make any of the pins in there be off. So we should be good. All that's left to do now is test. And of course, I'm not set up to show that this is charging, and actually don't even have the rest of the phone handy. But of course, as always, if I run into any problems, then I'll start the recording again. But that should be good to go. Pretty simple, much different design than before. Man, they really burnt this old one up. All right, well, that's how you do an S10 charge port. Thanks for watching.